The latest job numbers stinks, not enough created to even whistle about. Yet our president boasted a few weeks ago that everything is coming along fine. Soon after that speech he was handed a report that told another story, but he already told his story, so it would make him a fool to go back to the podium. But it's easier to continue with a lie. States, starting with of course, Massachusetts, claimed to have created 144,000 new jobs, and the same day the Telegram and Gazette, a local newspaper here in Massachusetts, claimed there was a financial crisis in the state. If those jobs were created over the month prior, why the continuance of bad news? A few days later you heard on TV that many other states claimed the same thing was going on. All at once these states are doing better than the month earlier, just in timing with the president's speech. Regarding jobs, everyone who has a memory recalls all of the political mess the Congress/Cooperate America was doing not so long ago, sending jobs overseas to make the product cheaper, and they in Congress who made these deals make money on in return. After all, every deal or bill that Congress makes has a kickback or return on investment. So now when we hear that some employers are hiring once again, I say to myself, where are these jobs first? Of all, then second, are these the jobs that employers who are hiring today far below the standards of a decent means to live, push the hell out of them only to let them go after 90 days? Then rehire process go in the vicious circle all over again. So where are the jobs that were so-called eliminated? The fact is you got one person doing two jobs at the lower wage. If the job hasn't gone overseas, that is, and sell the product back to you at a higher cost, which means more profit for them as well as a return of investment to the Congress, who sent the company overseas in the first place. Wages are a joke at $8.50 an hour to $10 per hour. Come on folks, take a calculator and figure it out. You cannot survive on this. If the company has an operation overseas, why in hell do they want to pay the worker in America anything more than a minimum wage for the work? Otherwise, it's back to India or someplace. You must be a student wanting for a summer job or something to make that work, but a family with children, forget it. Unemployment is still a big reason why we need to have a Tier 5 or more weeks added to Tier 4. Either way, these people along with those already collecting need is to survive on. Yet Congress, especially Nancy Pelosi, flat out said forget it. Can you accept this from a person who somehow has the power to control like this and to tell people just go away? That's she and the others who argue about money, and who's going to pay for it. Well, maybe if they clearly told the people, hey, you don't turn a profit back to us, so you're lazy, and just go sit under a tree and die, but thanks for when you were working you made us rich. Who's going to pay for it? That's getting old. Who in Congress gave the okay to give paid $96 billion to help out in the Gulf efforts, and nobody argued over money there now, did they? Why is it that a bill passed a few weeks ago that will give nearly $50 billion of the Recovery Act money to a few 80-year-old veterans who fought in the Philippine War that weren't even Americans? $50 billion. You fill in the blanks. All political hoopla just for you to believe what they want you to believe. Every attempt made by government to get you into false hope that they will straighten out the mess. Really? How can they lie about the facts and then say their re-election polls are in the lead? once again to lie to you, so you'll vote for the same lying people who plan to lie to you even more. Now they are toying with the idea of raising taxes either in gasoline, electronics, a value-added tax, the secret tax to what is called journalism reform, but is actually control what you see on the internet and what you hear and see on TV. Honestly folks, do you want more taxes, more control over your lives? They claim it will bring down the budget so we can reduce our debt. Come on here, really now? When you gotta spend now, government who has no intention to stop spending on everything else other than what really matters, like the people and unemployment and real good paying jobs, and not on raising taxes in order for them to keep their political agenda as well as their $174,000 a year salary, when the people are at the bottom of the pit. When the American public sees all of this corruption and the government goes about as business as usual while maintaining their way of life, at the same time forcing you to live below the standards of being a human being,